How do you stand out via email? Welcome to the Millionaire Recruiter. I'm Brianna Rooney, your Millionaire Recruiter. And if you haven't yet seen my channel, you have to check it out. It is about making you the next Millionaire Recruiter. I've done this for about 11 years now, and I really kind of tackled how everyone can be an amazing recruiter. And I am in tech, which is awesome. It's the wave of the future. So definitely check that out. Go on the millionairerecruiter.com right now. Go ahead, pause me. Okay, so this week, we are going to have a lot of fun because I'm going to really get nitty-gritty with how can your email stand out. So if you have any idea of the recruiting industry, if you're already in it, you're probably thinking, oh, I make a lot of cold calls, I send cold emails, and what works, what doesn't. Here's the thing. As fun as a cold call is, and it is, you're really just sending emails at this point, especially if you are in the tech world and you have to stand out, whether it's through LinkedIn, which is called an in-mail, or whether it's just via email. And there's a lot of noise in the space, there's a lot of competition, so how can you do that? How can you touch someone inside, There's a science to that, and I'm actually gonna put that up on the screen in just a little bit so you can check out, here's something that I've seen recruiters send, and then how I can transform that message into something that people are actually going to respond with. That's a gift, to be able to speak in a conversation via email and not have to always pick up that phone for that is really the best. So here's what generally happens. When you are trying to get a candidate's attention, you can call, you can do those things, but think about how many times do you call somebody back that's not your friend or family? Even though you might want to take that call and you do want to talk to that person, it's just kind of a drag now to talk to them on the phone, which I actually think is sad. But what are you gonna do? So you really need to talk via email as almost like you're developing this relationship online. And that is what's truly powerful, because you want to go the path of the least resistance. So you want to make it very easy for someone to change jobs, to get looking. So think about it. Finding a new job, a new career is like a full-time job, and you want to make it as easy as possible. And the person has so many options, not only just company-wise, but recruiter-wise. They can go with so many different recruiters. You want to make sure they go with you. And you want to make sure that they don't go with anyone else and they have lots of options just through you. So building a relationship through email is important. Now, how do you do that? Great question. So the way I do that, and the way I definitely recommend doing that, is really just through giving a little bit. You give to get, you give to get. You can't just constantly ask someone for something. You can't just say, oh, can you give me your resume? Oh, can you do this? Oh, can you tell me more about yourself? It's just kind of draining. You take it step by step. You also share a little bit about yourself, so now all of a sudden they're your friend. I like to start with traveling, because I think something that's people relate to really easily. I was just in Mexico for 80 days. I talk about that. I'm going to Tahoe for the holidays. I'm going to talk about that. I'm going to ask them, where are they going? So you're already getting a little personal with them, and then you're mixing business with pleasure. Now, a lot of times people say, no, business is business, pleasure is pleasure. Not in the recruiting world. That's just not how it works. You really want to develop a relationship with them because you are dealing with something that is so personal to them, and that is their career. Remember, career could be more important or just right there with people's friends and family. So understand that, all right? And what's really awesome is on the e-course, the millionairerecruiter.com e-course, 3 hours, it definitely goes into greater detail and gives examples of really good emails. But I do want you to get a little teaser, a little sneak as to how I can morph emails. So check that out right now.
Okay, let's check out these email messages and we can really show you the difference as to what a real message was sent and, the lack of, training this person had versus the one on the right, which is how I can morph it, and it's almost the same thing, but it's just said a lot warmer and I think as a real person. It's not a spam, right? So let's start up here. First, dear Brianna. Who puts that? That's so stuffy and just not necessary. A real quick hey is fine, right? We are people. We are connecting on a personal level. So our client has requested that we contact you regarding your current situation. First of all, what is your current situation? That just sounds a little odd. Our client is also really spammy sounding. They are actively seeking someone with your engineering background, willing to offer a salary increase, perks, and other incentives. Again, engineering background, this states that you are most likely spamming someone because why wouldn't you just put what their engineering background is? Never do you ever offer a salary increase. You have no idea what the person's making. Therefore, you are setting yourself up for failure right here. Perks, other incentives. Again, you don't know what they're making. You don't know what their perks are. You don't know anything. So that's absurd. Would you be open to confidentially seeing what we have to offer confidentially? I mean, isn't it kind of assumed that we're being confidential? I don't know. So please provide me with a phone number or resume to speed up the process. Okay. Bam. This is like a pet peeve of mine. Never do you ask for a resume in a cold email. It's not personal. It's assumed that they're looking. For some reason, people don't want to seem like they're looking because it sounds either too serious or too desperate. Either way, it's not a good vibe to put out there. And you want to make sure like that this person feels like you have something that they could never find themselves. So therefore, you want to make sure that you're reaching out to only elite people. And that means they don't have a resume. Regardless if you know they're actively looking, let's pretend we don't, right? And then best Kelly Smith. Okay, so I'm not really a fan of how that just, again, sounds boring to me. I use Cheers over here. I'm just kind of jumping, but it just, to me, sounds a little more fun. Actually, it was this adorable British candidate I had back in the day put Cheers. I'm like, oh my gosh, that's like so friendly and just so much more fun that I just adopted that. So anyways, here's my message. Not sure how things are going at work right now, but if you're ready to take a peek around, let me know. So here's the thing. Could this sound a little spammy at work? Could I put the name of their company? Sure, but I don't think it sounds spammy enough to care. I think that this is fine because at work really is at work, regardless of where they're working. I think you're talking about more about their job and how it's actually going. So if you're ready to take a peek around, let me know. I use the word peek because, again, it's more casual. It's not serious. So just like in dating, people get a little worried when you go, oh, are we exclusive? Do you want kids? Those are kind of red flags and scares people away, regardless if that's what they want. So I noticed your Rails background. Okay, so whether or not you're in recruiting or you know your tech lingo, this is a language. This is exactly what the engineer does. And so over here, you put engineering background, and this is what's spammy. This shows that you can read someone's LinkedIn or read someone's resume, regardless of what you're looking at, and you understand that they speak in Rails, basically, is what that means. So, and I think it could be a good fit for a client of mine. Now, we still use the word client because that's what they are. You are working with companies and they are your clients. So that's not spammy and that still sounds good. Now, what I'm going to do though, is I'm going to take it a little bit further and I'm going to put a little itty bitty, teaser sentence about what kind of a client they are, who they are, and why they should really take a look at this. So they are leaders in the autonomous space, valued at over 14 billion and growing at an amazing but organized pace. So fast growing companies are very exciting just about for anyone, I think, but what's important is that they're actually doing with thoughtfulness. And so that is what I put organized pace, that they're not just hiring everybody, because again, you want people to feel that you have something that is exclusive. Any interest? If not, what would interest you? Let me know your thoughts either way. Happy to answer any question. This I love because it's really a call to action. It's basically saying, okay, 1, are you interested in this particular thing that I'm bringing up? 2, if you're not, tell me because I have other things. So it's letting them know you have other options because you do. And then let me know your thoughts either way. You just want someone to get back to you for a couple reasons. One, to start a conversation regardless. Two, if they're not interested, you can get referrals, right? Three, they'll remember you. And then four, it actually makes it gets your, response rate up, which from LinkedIn's perspective is a really good thing. And you get away with a little more things. So, and then I end, and this for me is a huge, so any fun holiday plans coming up? I'm off to Lake Tahoe for a couple weeks. Can't wait for that white Christmas. So this is a very personal thing. And you're thinking, well, this is business. Why are you making it personal? It's because there's a lot of noise. There's a lot of noise any which way, regardless on if you're doing email or if you're doing an in-mail through LinkedIn. You have to set yourself aside, and you also have to make people feel comfortable. And remember, this is a personal connection. This is a personal thing, someone's career, almost, like I said, almost more personal than family and friends, depending on who you ask, depending on how old they are, where they are in their career currently. So this is me just being a person. It's just being excited about the holidays, being excited about where I'm off to, and whatnot. So I think it's important. And you're also asking about them, regardless on if they are looking. I always get people, well, I guess not always, but for the most part, I get people to answer this question. People love going somewhere. People love traveling. That's pretty much a staple for everyone. I don't know if I've really met someone that goes, no, I don't like going anywhere. I guess it can happen, but then that's a conversation too. You just want to start a conversation. That's a win. That's a win in order to, get you on the right path. So also, again, I put in, the cheers. It just makes it sound a little better, a little more fun. So have fun with this. Look how you can morph something so easily, just with really just different words, different technique, and I think a more positive attitude and really making someone feel special. I think that's what's important.
And definitely let me know if you have any questions, comments, better ideas, because I love to hear that too. That's super fun. And don't forget to add me on LinkedIn. Hope you enjoyed the video. You are going to see me every Thursday at noon. So don't forget to subscribe, thumbs up, and comment. So I will see you guys soon. Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, all those good things. And remember, money is just the vessel that takes you to where you want to go and to do the things you want to do. Merry Christmas.